So what we're going to do is jump in right now. And the first presentation up is Michael Quinn from AquaPea. Came across Michael a number of years ago. Great character. Really great story about how he came up with this original idea. I don't know if he's going to tell that one, but Michael, straight over to you.
I'll just get the slides up. So good afternoon, everyone. My name is Michael Quinn. I'm the Sales Director and co-founder of Quinnovate UK. Just a little information, Quinnovate was formed at the end of 2016 because we knew our ideas and innovations could transform and pioneer a new way of locating and repairing leaks in the water industry. Because of aging water infrastructure being the main cause of leaks, we targeted reducing leakage on distribution mains and also on customer supply pipes, which is actually responsible for up to 40% of all leakage. That's 1.2 billion litres of water each day. So as Jez said there, the idea first came about when my brother Mark removed an ink cartridge from the centre of a big pen, one of those. He then rolled up a small piece of tissue paper, put it inside the empty pen, and he blew. Now you may have noticed there's a hole halfway up a big pen, so when the tissue paper travelled through the pen, it became attracted to the flow of escaping water, blocking the hole. Now, Mark and myself were repairing leaks using traditional excavation methods at the time, but we knew this experiment was going to change our lives, and it has because we're not digging holes anymore. So what is the AquaPea and how is it used? Well, the AquaPea is a patented free-swimming leakage reduction and repair product. It's handmade at our facility near Durham, and we believe the AquaPea is the perfect product to be offered to the customer to be used as a first option to reduce or repair customer-side leaks as soon as possible, instantly saving water. The AquaPea is RAS approved and made up of a 2-part polymer and a buoyant polypropylene core and comes in 4 sizes and colours, and it's aimed at tackling leaks from 4 to 25 litres per minute. So to use the AquaPea requires a simple criteria. Number 1, volume of leakage to be 4 litres per minute or above. This is the minimum flow requirement for the AquaPea to be drawn to the leak. Number 2, the customer to be present so the internal stop tap can be closed to isolate the supply. Number 3, a water meter chamber to be in place for the AquaPea insertions such as an EPCO chamber, APLAS chamber or an MSM chamber. And number 4, the supply pipe size to be from 15 to 50 millimetres in diameter. So how is it used? Well, firstly, the customer's internal stop tap is closed. This isolates the water supply beyond the leak, so the only flow in the pipe is actually created by the leak. The water meter is monitored and timed over 1 minute to validate the volume of leakage is 4 litres per minute or above. The water supply pipe is then turned off at the meter chamber. The water meter and return valve are removed for access. The AquaPea is mixed for 45 seconds, starting the curing process, and then wrapped around a buoyant core, which is now rolled into a P shape and inserted into the water meter outlet. Then the non-return valve and water meter are put back. The water is turned on at the meter, and the meter must be monitored as the AquaPea travels to the leak. So because the water meter is being constantly monitored, any fluctuations from the water meter will indicate whether the leak has been reduced or repaired. This is your window to see how the AquaPea actually performs. Now, as you can see, the AquaPea free swims through the pipe until it finds the leak. So the water meter slows down if the leak has been reduced or completely stops if the leak has been repaired. After each AquaPea has been deployed, the water supply must remain turned on for 15 minutes so the AquaPea can cure under pressure and bond to the pipe. And if following a leakage reduction, the volume of leak is still 4 litres per minute or above, then the criteria is met for a second AquaPea to be prepared and entered following the exact same process. So once the AquaPea is cured in place, the customer's internal stop tap can be turned back on and the water flushed from a tap for 2 minutes. Then the customer's water supply is now back in commission and ready to be used. Now, this whole process only takes between 30 minutes to 1 hour and is simple and easy to use. The AquaPea will save water companies around 70% of leakage from being wasted and running into the ground, saving on average 10,000 litres of water per day per job. A huge advantage of this is the amount of water and energy that can be saved quickly and easily, rather than the leak being reported, then going through the process of booking a team to come out and repair the leak. Because often water companies' median repair times for customer supply pipe leaks can range from 21 to 28 days until the dig repair team have been allocated the job. So you're preventing water, energy and money literally running away. I'd like to add, I cannot emphasize how important this product could be for water companies looking to achieve leakage targets, carbon reduction targets and improve customer satisfaction. Because for every 100 jobs AquaPea is used on, 1 megalitre, 1 million litres of water is saved per day. And by saving this amount of water to be replaced from the treatment plant back to the tap, enough energy is saved to power homes every single day. Now these results are achieved quickly and easily with 0 excavations, which will additionally reduce the carbon footprint even more. So the AquaPea is already an award-winning product, having won Most Innovative Water and Wastewater Technology of the Year at the 2019 Water Industry Awards, and we're also in the final of this year's Water Dragons, which is being hosted by Future Water Association. So we've been testing and trialling with most of the UK water companies for the last 2 years with fantastic results, and have proven the AquaPea to be fully operational and ready to be used on all quantifiable leaks. Now we ensure every AquaPea user has been trained on how to use our product, and we've trained over 200 UK water company leakage technicians. We provide training free of charge, and we're now training online, having trained over 60 technicians in the last 6 weeks with some great feedback. So I'd like to finish on the AquaPea by saying this is the only free swimming leak reduction and repair solution in the water industry, offering a new, non-invasive, groundbreaking method of reducing and repairing leaks without any excavations. Okay, now the AquaNav. Using the same concept as the AquaPea, which is a product being drawn to the flow of escaping water, the AquaNav is a patented free-swimming leak locating technology consisting of a powerful transmitter encased in a sponge carrier and a handheld receiver. So just like the AquaPea, the water main is isolated beyond the leak to create one flow in the pipe, which is the flow of water escaping from the leak. Now, leaks are often very difficult to locate in non-metallic mains and can cause huge disruption. But by pinpointing the leak, the AquaNav will reduce excavations, resulting in repairing leaks quicker, thereby saving water, reducing the amount of disruption to traffic and pedestrians, having fewer utility strikes and injuries, reducing the environmental impact from additional excavations, so therefore reducing the carbon footprint, and being cost effective. How is it used? Well, the Aquanaut Transmitter is inserted through a hydrant and flows along the inside of the non-metallic water main, emitting a signal from inside the pipe to above ground, which is followed at walking pace by the user until the Aquanaut signal stops and is narrowed down, indicating the precise location of the leak. Now, once the leak position is marked, then a hydrant further downstream can be opened, and this will create a larger leak than the one the AquaNav has found, so the AquaNav will now travel to the larger flow of escaping water and can be retrieved from that hydrant. Often through time, landscapes change and as-laid drawings aren't updated, so this can create problems with not knowing the exact route of the non-metallic mains, but by following the AquaNav, then the route of the main can be updated. So following customer feedback and product development requirements, we've decided to totally redevelop the app, and we'll be introducing additional benefits, including improving the visual display and operation of the receiver, technology to transfer water mains locations onto an app, and most importantly, we're reducing the transmitter size to use the AquaNav on pipes as small as 20 millimeters in diameter. This means the AquaNav will be able to be used on domestic, commercial and public non-metallic mains and supply pipe leaks. With Ofwat's new £200 million innovation funding competitions available, Quinn are very open to discussing collaborations on any of these products or other water-saving innovations we have and will be developing in the very near future. I'd like to thank you for your time, and I hope you've discovered how beneficial our products can be for your company. Thank you.
Thank you, Michael. Really, really great presentation. What I'm going to do is we've got some time now, so we've got about 4 minutes still. So if there's any questions, please stick them in the Q&A. But as always, I've got a host of questions, which I'm going to fire at you straight away, Michael. So the really interesting bit for me is, I really love that idea. And it's the training bit. So I've always found that when we're trying to introduce something new, the training is really key, because if you get that wrong, used correctly, and how are you dealing with that? You said that you've got this kind of online training and things like that. How important is that training?
Yeah. It gives us confidence that our product's being used correctly when out there. We like to see that we offer certification. It's just a process to make sure that you get hurdles, you get problems that we want the user to be aware of. So it prevents any problems when they're out on site, basically.
Great, thank you. And material-wise, so you talked about the kind of things that it's really good at, and I know from experience that really you're talking about holes rather than splits. So where does that kind of take you material-wise? Where would you be recommending it for?
Well, as you said there, holes it does work better at, but which indicates copper pipes being the best sort of material to be used on. But we've had many fixes on black alkathene, galvanized, and even MDPE. So basically the splits, you will get more than likely get a reduction, but very often we repairs as well. And I think what I was trying to get across there to water companies is, if this product's used as a first port of call, as a first option, now you could be saving water from running into the ground for weeks and weeks. Even if you get a reduction, that can turn into many thousands of litres you're saving, litres of water that you're saving.
So there's a whole host of questions coming in about AquaNav, which is, so that's quite new. When have you introduced that?
It's been out for 2 years now, and we haven't had many trials done. It's not as easy to get this into trials as the AquaPea, but we have had some success. But what we're trying to do now is, we know that the market out there is everything's going to end up being plastic pipes, and a lot of it is already out there. So we want to target from supply pipes to hopefully transmission mains in the future. And we want this transmitter to be as small as possible. So we've decided now to totally redevelop it and add additional benefits as well to make it a better package.
Great, Michael. Look, what I'm going to do is I'm going to stop you there. All these questions that we've got about AquaNav, when we get into the Q&A session, I'm going to come back and ask you some more questions specifically about AquaNav. Have a look at the questions.